1. Calm body language. Body language is one of the most powerful and subtle indicators of true confidence. It's not about appearing rigid or overly controlled, but about carrying yourself in a way that feels natural, steady, and grounded. People who are genuinely confident don't need to make exaggerated gestures or use forceful movements to be noticed. Their calm presence speaks for itself. When someone is confident, their body doesn't fidget or appear restless. Their hands are relaxed, their shoulders are not tense, and their overall posture remains open and composed. Even in moments of stress or uncertainty, a confident person maintains physical stillness. This stillness is not passive. It's intentional. It shows that the individual is present, aware, in control of their reactions. Calm body language also affects how others perceive and respond to you. When your movements are smooth and unhurried, you create a sense of ease in your environment. Others feel more comfortable around you because your calm energy is non-threatening and reassuring. This kind of presence often invites trust without the need for many words. Another key aspect is facial expression. Confident people avoid excessive facial reactions. They maintain a neutral or slightly pleasant expression that doesn't reveal anxiety or insecurity. Their eye contact is steady, their jaw is relaxed, their breathing remains even. Small details like not crossing arms defensively, standing or sitting with a straight back, or moving deliberately contribute to this image of self-assurance. These non-verbal cues collectively say, I am comfortable in this space and I don't need to prove anything. In essence, calm body language reflects inner stability. It shows that you are at peace with yourself, and that peace translates into the way you carry yourself. Others notice this not because it's loud, but because it's centered, subtle, quietly powerful. 2. Steady eye contact. Steady eye contact is a subtle but powerful sign of confidence. It communicates presence, respect, and emotional strength, often before a single word is spoken. Confident individuals use eye contact not to intimidate or dominate, but to connect with others in an honest and grounded way. When someone maintains eye contact during a conversation, it shows they are engaged and comfortable. They are not distracted or looking for an escape. Instead, they are fully present in the moment. This presence builds trust and signals that the person is secure in themselves and in the interaction. On the other hand, avoiding eye contact can suggest nervousness, self-doubt, or discomfort. While brief glances away are natural and normal, constantly looking down or away may give the impression that someone is unsure or hiding something. Confident people know how to find the right balance. They look at others long enough to show attentiveness, but not so long that it becomes uncomfortable or invasive. Steady eye contact also helps in communication. It emphasizes sincerity and reinforces the spoken message. Whether in casual conversations, professional settings, or moments of silence, a calm, direct gaze adds clarity and impact. In emotionally charged or challenging situations, confident individuals continue to use eye contact appropriately. They don't look away under pressure and they don't overcompensate by staring aggressively. Instead, their gaze remains calm and intentional, showing emotional control and self-assurance. Another benefit of steady eye contact is its effect on others. When you look at someone with presence and ease, it makes them feel seen and acknowledged. This strengthens relationships, fosters mutual respect, and makes interactions more meaningful. In short, steady eye contact is not about power, it's about presence. It reflects inner confidence, emotional awareness, and the ability to connect with others on a deeper level. 3. Comfort with silence being. Comfortable with silence is a quiet yet powerful trait of confident individuals. In a world where people often feel the need to talk constantly, fill every pause, or speak quickly to avoid awkwardness, those who are at ease with silence stand out. Their calm in quiet moments communicate self-assurance, emotional control, and presence. Confident people understand that silence is not empty, it has meaning. It can create space for reflection, allow others to process information, and even deepen conversations. They don't feel the urge to interrupt, over-explain, or speak just to be heard. Instead, they let moments of silence settle naturally, using them as a tool for clarity and connection. This comfort with silence shows that they are not seeking validation. They don't need to prove themselves through excessive words or dominate conversations to feel important. Their presence is already strong enough to be felt, even without constant speaking. In conversations, a confident person might pause before answering a question. This pause is not hesitation, it's intentional. It shows they are thinking, choosing their words carefully, and respecting the moment. It also makes their eventual response more thoughtful and impactful. Silence can also make others feel safe and respected. When you don't rush to fill every gap, you allow others the time to express themselves fully. This leads to deeper understanding and stronger connections. In personal interactions, being able to sit with someone in silence without feeling awkward reflects emotional maturity. It means you're comfortable with yourself and with the relationship. Ultimately, comfort with silence signals inner peace. It says, I am present, I am thoughtful, and I don't need noise to feel worthy. That quiet confidence often speaks louder than words ever could. 4. Thoughtful. Thoughtful listening is a key sign of true confidence. While many people listen with the intent to reply, confident individuals listen to understand. Don't rush to speak or interrupt to share their opinion. Instead, they give others their full attention, showing that they value what is being said. This not only builds trust, but also deepens the quality of the interaction. Confident people know that listening is just as powerful, if not more so, than speaking. When someone feels heard, they feel respected. Thoughtful listener makes others feel seen, understood, and valued, which naturally draws people in. It shows that you're not focused on impressing others, but on truly connecting with them in conversations. Confident listeners maintain eye contact, nod in acknowledgement, and give verbal cues that they are engaged, such as I see or that makes sense. They don't interrupt or hijack the discussion to talk about themselves. Instead, they wait until the other person is finished and respond in a calm, measured way. This behavior shows composure and self-restraint, both qualities of genuine confidence. Thoughtful listening also allows confident people to ask better questions. Because they are truly engaged, they can respond in ways that show depth, empathy, and insight. This not only enriches the conversation, but also shows emotional intelligence. Another reason thoughtful listening is a sign of confidence is that it requires you to be comfortable not being the center of attention. You're not trying to dominate the conversation or prove your intelligence. Instead, you're secure enough to give space to others. In essence, confident people listen with intention. They don't just hear, they understand. And in doing so, they build stronger relationships, inspire trust, and demonstrate a quiet form of leadership that speaks volumes. 5. Subtle. Genuine, smiling. A subtle, genuine smile is one of the simplest, yet most powerful expressions of true confidence. Unlike forced or exaggerated smiles that can feel insincere, a natural smile reflects comfort, warmth, and emotional balance. Confident individuals don't smile to gain approval or to appear more likable. They smile because they feel secure and at ease within themselves. A confident person's smile is often understated. It's not about drawing attention or putting on a performance. Instead, it conveys openness, friendliness, and calm assurance. This type of smile puts others at ease, makes conversations more approachable, and fosters a positive atmosphere without trying too hard. What makes a smile truly genuine is that it involves not just the mouth, but also the eyes. When someone smiles with sincerity, small muscles around the eyes engage, creating a natural and relaxed expression. Confident people are aware of their expressions, and their body language aligns with how they genuinely feel, not with how they think they should appear. Smiling also signals emotional resilience. Even in stressful or unfamiliar situations, a calm, genuine smile shows that a person is composed and in control. It says, "I'm not threatened, I'm grounded." Its quiet strength is magnetic. Importantly, confident individuals don't use smiling to mask discomfort or seek constant reassurance. They smile when it's authentic, not to please others or to avoid conflict. This honesty in expression builds trust and creates a sense of reliability in social and professional settings. In relationships, a genuine smile fosters connection. It shows that you're approachable, self-aware, and emotionally present, not a performance. It's a reflection of inner calm and confidence. In summary, a subtle, authentic smile speaks volumes, reflects self-assurance, emotional maturity, and the ability to create positive, meaningful interactions without saying a word. 6. Clear personal boundaries. Clear personal boundaries are a strong indicator of self-confidence and emotional maturity. Confident individuals understand the importance of setting limits, not as a way to push others away, but as a way to protect their time, energy, and values. They are not afraid to say no when needed, and they do so with calmness and respect. Having clear boundaries. This means knowing what is acceptable to you and what isn't. It reflects self-respect. Confident people don't allow themselves to be treated poorly, manipulated, or taken advantage of. They don't overextend themselves just to be liked. And they don't compromise their values for the sake of fitting in. What sets confident individuals apart is the way they communicate their boundaries. They do it without aggression, guilt, or defensiveness. Their tone remains respectful and steady. They don't feel the need to over-explain or justify their choices, because they trust in their right to make them. Setting boundaries is not about controlling others. It's about managing your own well-being. Confident people are aware of their emotional and mental limits, and they prioritize self-care. This allows them to be more present, balanced, and focused in both their personal and professional lives. Strong boundaries also improve relationships. They create clarity, reduce misunderstandings, and foster mutual respect. When others know where you stand, they are more likely to treat you with the consideration you deserve. Importantly, confident people also respect the boundaries of others. They don't take offense when someone says no, and they don't pressure others to overextend themselves. In essence, clear personal boundaries reflect a healthy sense of self. They show that you know who you are, what you value, and what you need to function at your best. This quiet strength earns respect and builds more honest, balanced relationships. 7. Purposeful movements. Purposeful movements are a subtle but telling sign of true confidence. Confident individuals move with intention. Whether they are walking into a room, shaking someone's hand, or simply adjusting their posture. Every motion is calm, controlled, and deliberate, never rushed or erratic. This reflects a sense of inner stability and awareness that others naturally notice. When a person is unsure or anxious, it often shows through restless or fidgety behavior, tapping fingers, shifting weight, or making quick, unnecessary gestures. In contrast, confident people exhibit stillness and precision in how they move. They don't try to draw attention with big gestures or exaggerated body language. Instead, their movements are smooth and efficient, signaling that they are in control of themselves and their surroundings. Purposeful movement also extends to how someone walks and carries themselves. A confident person walks with a steady pace, stands tall, and avoids rushing even in a busy environment. Their posture remains open and balanced, and they don't slouch or shrink their body to appear smaller. This sends a silent message. I'm comfortable here. I belong. These intentional actions help others feel at ease too. Calm, predictable movements make people feel safe and relaxed around you, whether in a professional setting or a casual social environment. Being physically composed helps establish trust and presence. Even simple acts, such as placing your phone down before engaging in conversation, turning your body toward someone, when speaking or nodding slowly in agreement, show mindfulness and attentiveness. These nonverbal cues communicate respect, interest, and groundedness. In summary, Purposeful movement is more than just body control. It's a reflection of self-awareness, focus, and emotional composure. It shows that you're not reacting impulsively. To the world around you, you're navigating it with clarity, presence, and quiet confidence. 8. Strong, upright, posture strong. Upright posture is one of the most visible and immediate indicators of confidence. The way someone holds their body says a lot about how they feel about themselves, often more than their words. When a person stands or sits tall, with shoulders back and head held naturally high, it signals self-respect, readiness, and quiet assurance. Confident individuals don't slouch or hunch over. They occupy space with ease, not to appear superior, but because they feel comfortable in their own skin. Their posture is not stiff or forced. It is relaxed, yet firm.
Oh.
This balance conveys both strength and a pproachability. Good posture also has a psychological impact. Research shows that standing or sitting upright can actually boost your own sense of confidence. It improves your breathing, increases your alertness, and even affects how others respond to you. People are more likely to take someone seriously. They appear physically grounded and open. An upright posture also communicates that you are present and engaged. Whether in a meeting, an interview, or a casual conversation, strong posture shows that you are attentive and involved. It subtly tells others, I'm here, I'm focused, and I'm not shrinking away from this moment. In contrast, poor posture, such as slumping, crossing your arms tightly, or keeping your head down, can give off signals of insecurity, disinterest, or a desire to avoid attention, even if that's not your intention. Body language often speaks louder than words. Confident individuals are aware of how they carry themselves because they know that posture shapes not only how they are perceived, but also how they feel internally. In essence, strong posture is a physical expression of self-assurance. It's a quiet, steady message that says you respect yourself and others respond to that. 9. No need to impress one. Of the most genuine signs of confidence is having no need to impress others. Confident individuals don't seek approval, applause, or attention to feel good about themselves. Their sense of worth comes from within, not from external validation. As a result, they behave authentically and consistently, regardless of who is watching. This lack of need to impress allows confident people to be more present and grounded. They don't exaggerate their achievements, boast about their abilities, or go out of their way to prove themselves. Instead, they let their actions speak for them. Their quiet certainty is often more impactful than any attempt to win admiration. In conversations, they don't dominate the discussion or constantly steer it back to themselves. They ask questions, show interest in others, and listen with intention. This balance creates more meaningful interactions and builds trust. People feel more relaxed around someone who doesn't have anything to prove. Confident individuals also dress, speak, and behave in ways that reflect who they are, not to impress others, but because it aligns with their values and identity. They don't chase trends or follow the crowd to gain acceptance. This authenticity is what makes them so naturally appealing. Importantly, not needing to impress doesn't mean a lack of ambition or carelessness. Confident people still pursue growth and excellence, but their motivation comes from personal values and goals, not the desire to please others. They are secure enough to handle criticism, open to learning, and humble in both success and failure. In essence, true confidence allows a person to remain steady, even when recognition is absent. They trust their own path and don't measure their worth by comparison. This quiet independence and inner security often attract more respect than any performance ever could. 10. Emotional composure. Emotional composure is a powerful and often overlooked sign of true confidence. It refers to the ability to remain calm, balanced, and in control of one's emotions, especially in challenging or high-pressure situations. Confident individuals don't allow anger, anxiety, or frustration to control their behavior. Instead, they pause, process their emotions, and respond thoughtfully. This kind of emotional control doesn't mean suppressing feelings or pretending everything is fine. Rather, it reflects self-awareness, the ability to recognize emotions without letting them take over. When someone is emotionally composed, they think before they act, speak with clarity, and stay steady even when things don't go as planned. In stressful moments, such as during disagreements, criticism, or unexpected setbacks, emotionally composed individuals stand out. They don't lash out, raise their voice, or react impulsively. Instead, they manage the situation with grace. This creates a sense of safety and trust for those around them, especially in leadership or team settings. Emotional composure also contributes to better decision-making. When emotions are not overwhelming, people are able to think more clearly, weigh options objectively, and communicate more effectively. This makes confident individuals dependable and respected, even in moments of uncertainty. Another key aspect is resilience. Emotionally composed people bounce back from failures without losing motivation or self-worth. They accept mistakes as part of growth and don't let setbacks define them. In conversations, this trait shows through measured responses, a steady tone of voice, and non-reactive body language. Whether they agree or disagree, confident individuals maintain respect and control. In summary, emotional composure is a clear reflection of inner strength. It shows that a person can handle life's ups and downs with calm and dignity. This quiet control often earns more respect and influence than loud reactions ever could. 11. Speaking slowly and clearly. Speaking slowly and clearly is a subtle but powerful sign of confidence. It shows that a person is in control of their thoughts, comfortable with silence, and not rushing to gain approval. Understand that they don't need to speak quickly to be heard. In fact, slowing down often makes their words more impactful and respected. When someone speaks too fast, it can be a sign of nervousness or a fear of being interrupted. It may also suggest that they are unsure of what they're saying. On the other hand, those who speak at a steady pace demonstrate calmness and presence. They take their time, choose their words carefully, and communicate with purpose. Clear speech reflects clarity of thought. Confident people don't overcomplicate their language or use jargon to sound impressive. Instead, they focus on being understood. They pause when needed, emphasize key points, and allow space for their message to be absorbed. This makes their communication more effective and easier for others to engage with. In conversations, speaking slowly also signals respect. It shows that the person values the exchange and is not trying to rush through it. It invites others to listen closely and respond thoughtfully. In public speaking or professional settings, this style of communication naturally commands attention without needing to be loud or forceful. Importantly, speaking slowly and clearly gives the speaker time to think, something they don't mean, or reacting emotionally. This control enhances their credibility and makes them appear more trustworthy and composed. In essence, the ability to speak with calm, steady clarity is a mark of inner confidence. It signals that the person is sure of themselves and their message, and that certainty draws others in, quietly but powerfully. 12. Consistent behavior. Consistent behavior is a clear and reliable sign of true confidence. People who are genuinely confident remain steady in how they act, regardless of the situation or who they're around. Their personality, values, and communication style don't shift just to fit in, impress, or gain approval. This consistency builds trust, both within themselves and in the eyes of others. Confident individuals don't change their behavior based on status, environment, or external pressure. Whether speaking to a friend, a colleague, or someone in authority, they treat others with the same level of respect and authenticity. This shows they are grounded in who they are and don't need to adjust their identity to match expectations. Consistency also applies to emotional reactions. A confident the person isn't overly calm one day and reactive the next. Instead, they manage their emotions with balance. People around them know what to expect, which creates a sense of safety and stability in relationships, teams, and social settings. In decision-making, Consistent people stand by their principles. They don't say one thing and do another. Follow through on their commitments and take responsibility for their actions. This level of integrity is a strong reflection of inner confidence, it says. I know what I believe in, and I'm not afraid to live by it. Importantly, consistency doesn't mean being rigid or resistant to growth. Confident individuals are open to learning and change, but they do so in a way that aligns with their core values. They evolve, but they don't lose themselves in the end process. In summary, consistent behavior communicates reliability, self-awareness, and emotional strength. It reflects a deep level of confidence that doesn't rely on approval or external circumstances. Instead, it shows that a person knows who they are, and that quiet certainty earns lasting respect. 13. Ability to admit mistakes. The ability to admit mistakes is a strong and rare sign of true confidence. In a world where many people try to hide their flaws, shift blame, or make excuses, those who can openly acknowledge their errors stand out. It shows that they are secure in themselves, humble in their approach, and mature in their mindset. Confident individuals understand that making mistakes is a natural part of being human. They don't see errors as a threat to their self-worth or reputation. Instead, they view them as opportunities to learn and grow. This mindset allows them to admit when they're wrong without shame or defensiveness. When someone confidently says, "I made a mistake," it shows emotional strength. It means they don't need to appear perfect to feel valuable. This honesty builds trust in relationships, whether personal or professional. People are more likely to respect and support someone who takes responsibility rather than someone who avoids accountability. Admitting mistakes also demonstrates leadership. In team settings, it creates a culture of openness where others feel safe to take responsibility and learn. It shows that growth matters more than ego. Confident people don't hide behind pride, they prioritize progress over appearance. Importantly, this quality also reflects self-awareness. You can't correct what you won't admit. Confident individuals have the courage to look inward, recognize their flaws, and take steps to improve. They don't see feedback or correction as attacks, but as tools for self-development. In summary, the ability to admit mistakes is not a weakness. It's a sign of inner strength and emotional maturity. It shows that a person is confident, enough to be vulnerable, wise enough to learn, and responsible enough to grow. And in doing so, they earn genuine respect from others quietly, but powerfully. 14. Doesn't brag or boast. One of the most telling signs of true confidence is that confident individuals don't feel the need to brag or boast. They don't constantly talk about their achievements, wealth, intelligence, or status to gain attention or approval. Instead, they let their actions work, and character speak for themselves. When someone constantly boasts, it's often a sign of insecurity, a way to seek validation or prove their worth to others. Truly confident people, on the other hand, already know their value. They don't need to shout it from the rooftops. Their calm presence and quiet competence are often more impressive than any loud self-promotion. Confident individuals are comfortable being low-key. If someone compliments them, they accept it with grace, not arrogance. If they achieve something significant, they don't use it to make others feel small. Instead, they might even downplay their success, knowing that humility strengthens relationships and earns deeper respect. This humility also allows them to focus on others, instead of trying to dominate conversations with stories about themselves. Confident people show interest in those around them. They ask questions, listen attentively, and celebrate the success of others without feeling threatened. Not bragging also shows emotional intelligence. Confident people understand that constantly talking about themselves can be off-putting or make others feel uncomfortable. They choose instead to create connection, not comparison. Importantly, their modesty doesn't mean they're unaware of their strengths. They're just secure enough not to advertise them constantly. And when they do speak about their accomplishments, it's usually in context with purpose and without exaggeration. In summary, not bragging is a quiet but powerful expression of confidence. It shows self-assurance, humility, and emotional maturity, all of which are far more impressive than loud self-praise ever could be. 15. Listens more than speaks. Listening more than speaking is a powerful sign of deep confidence. Truly confident individuals don't feel the need to dominate conversations or constantly share their opinions to feel important. Instead, they value what others have to say and understand that listening is a strength, not a weakness. When someone is insecure, they may talk excessively to fill silences, prove their intelligence, or seek validation. They often interrupt or steer conversations back to themselves. In contrast, confident people are comfortable with pauses. Don't rush to respond. Focus on understanding rather than impressing. Listening attentively shows emotional intelligence. Confident people listen with genuine interest, not just waiting for their turn to speak. They ask thoughtful questions, reflect on what's being said, and respond with clarity and care. This makes others feel respected, heard, and valued, which strengthens trust and connection. This trait also reflects self-control. Confident individuals don't react impulsively or talk over others. They know that by listening first, they gain better insight, avoid misunderstandings, and respond more effectively. It's not about being silent. It's about being intentional. With words in professional settings, great leaders are often great listeners. They pay attention to the perspectives of their team, consider feedback seriously, and make informed decisions. In personal relationships, being a good listener shows empathy, patience, and maturity. Importantly, confident people also listen to those they disagree with. They're not afraid of opposing views because their self-worth isn't tied to being right all the time. They understand that listening doesn't mean agreement, it means respect. In summary, listening more than speaking reflects true confidence. It shows that a person values understanding over attention, connection over ego, and wisdom over noise. It's a quiet, yet powerful trait that earns deep respect in any setting.